This is Lady Myya. Hello, you guys. We are here with another podcast. Okay, and you know what Lady Myya did? She got Abigail. I'm not going to mess up her last name. Orgoriba.
Ogoriba.
Ogoriba. I said I was going to try.
Ogoriba. Yeah, you did.
I tried.
Did.
We're going to find out, who she is, what she does, and what she would like us to take from talking to her today. So we're going to have some fun. So don't think it's going to be a stiffy situation, because it's not, because I don't do stiff. We're going to have some fun. And laugh it up and a good time. So, Miss Abigail, thank you so much, dear heart, for being here with us, living your best life with Lady Myya. And we appreciate you so greatly. Thank you so much for your time, effort, and your energies, dear heart. So, Mayan tribe, please welcome Miss Abigail.
Thank you so much, Myya. Good evening, everyone. Good day, everyone, wherever you're watching from or listening from. Good to be here with you, Myya.
Thank you for having me. You know what? It was a long time coming. There was a whole lot of just everywhere, and I was like, who was doing what and different things like that. And we finally got it together. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. Don't worry about it. Day off or whatever. I'm going to make it happen. And so I'm just so grateful for her to have the opportunity to even just keep us company for a while. So, we just want to have a good time with her, and we want to give her, as much encouragement for what she's doing, because she's doing something big, y'all. She really doing something totally big, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So, Miss Abigail, go ahead and tell them, dear heart, what is the name of your business?
That's Wholesome Life Coaching Academy.
Yes, we love it. Okay, so what exactly do you guys do at the Wholesome Life Coaching Academy?
Okay, so basically in Wholesome Life Coaching Academy, all we do is equipping young minds to become great, to become the better persons, in fact, to become their best. We take out the 4 weeks. We go through 4 weeks training with them, teenagers and young adults, and then we ensure to follow the process to ensure that they become their best academically, socially, physically, spiritually, and in every sphere of their life. Because it's called wholesome. It's called wholesome because wholesome means completeness. And to be a better person, you need to be complete in every aspect of your life. So we want people to be great leaders. We want people to be great personalities in their families, for their communities, for the society, and for the world at large. So we take out our time to groom these people so that in the end, we'll have a better society and a better world.
Girl, I felt like I was talking to Miss America just now. You heard this answer, right? Miss America was like, yes, we want all people to be great. Yes, this is how we want it. I'm just teasing you. But I think it's just I think it's just a wonderful thing because, you don't hear of very many people trying to give young girls the opportunity to really be something and really have the opportunity to even think of things on their own, build something, have a structure. And I think that is super important because, girls are our future, girl power. Okay, so.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, they are. We're going to rule the world at some point. That's going to happen. Yes.
Right.
And your academy will help. Yes. Definitely. Okay. So, what made you start this academy?
Okay, basically, we all started with an NGO about last year in 2019, Wholesome Life Initiative. We go to schools to coach young ones. I was inspired by God to take on this movement because we realized that our world is getting to a place where the future of existence depends on the young minds. And these young minds really need to be equipped. And we just thought that the place where we could meet these young ones are in schools. We can't go to their homes. We can't get the large mass we want in their homes. So we go to schools to coach these young ones. And we began going to school to coach them and inspire them. And all of a sudden, COVID hit the nations and we had to transition online. We began to hold free classes for Wholesome Life Initiative. That was the NGO. We repositioned the young minds for a successful future. So we began to hold trainings online, 1 day, 2 days, and all. And we realized that this is not even enough to build these people. So this inspired me to go ahead with Wholesome Life Coaching Academy. We founded that this year, Wholesome Life Coaching Academy. And in this academy, people, young people, both male and female, teenagers and young adults, they enroll in the academy and we take them through a period of 4 weeks to ensure that they are complete in every sphere of their lives. We start with helping them discover themselves, discover their purpose, acknowledge their strengths and their weaknesses, know how to anchor on their strengths to be better persons, and know how to not be overwhelmed by their weaknesses, because truly everyone has weaknesses. So we teach them to anchor on their strengths to become better. We help them build character. We help instill values in them. We help them also build confidence for excellence. So we want to be able to build complete individuals that will be able to take on the world and do great things. So that was how we founded Wholesome Life Coaching Academy. Yeah. And it's been doing awesome. Yeah.
Yes,
We've been getting lots of testimonies, and it just keeps us inspired to do more. Because once we have a burden, once the Lord has put, I'm a person of faith, yes, and I strongly believe in God. And once the Lord has put a burden in your heart, it is for a reason. All you just need to do is to go all out and do what you need to do. All that it's in your power. I've told myself, I ain't gonna die with all the things God has given to me. No.
I love that. I think you have such a burning passion that most of us don't get the opportunity to let shine, just in the day and age that we're in. Or, we have so many people that are willing to tell us that, no, you don't need to do that. And here you are like, you can't tell me, nope, you're not shutting me down. No, I know my power. And when we know what our power is, there's no stopping that. There's no stopping that. And I want to commend you, because that is such a great thing. And like, you could tell how like you're young and you got the stamina, and you're like, yes, let's get this. And I'm like, who is this woman? She is doing it. Yes. And I love it because, children are our future. I got a girl. And I'm like, I would only want someone to see, the same thing in my girls that every girl needs to see. We need to see in every girl.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Coming. Okay.
What
I hear you. I said I have 2 boys, and I want to be able to leave a legacy for them, to know that they can be whatsoever they want to be, irrespective of the odds or the circumstances.
No, I hear you on that. Boys, woo! You got energy for things, don't they?
So much energy.
So much. Okay, so I remember you saying something along the lines of to be complete and needing to be good at socialism. So like, how is that looking at, to one of the girls that you're able to speak with?
Okay. Basically, right now I am running a project for young girls. It's in 3 phases. The first was an online intimate session for them, and then the second is a handbook that I just unveiled recently. It's a handbook for young girls. And the third is a safe hub for these young girls. So immediately they get the handbook, that gives you an automatic access to the safe hub. So what we teach to these young girls is that they can be whatsoever they want to be. But first, they need to understand themselves. They need to understand their body. They need to understand their uniqueness. There's something about us females that makes us really unique. And this, if we do not understand, is a strong weakness that anybody can hit on. We are emotional, very emotional. And if we do not understand these our emotions, they end up becoming a weakness to us. Now, with the opposite sex and all, if you do not understand yourself, you end up being carried away by some things and end up making mistakes. So we try to build them, help them understand themselves first, help them understand how their body works and how their emotions work too. We all know that we have hormones in our body. These hormones are chemicals that tell our bodies what to do. Now, these hormones help us grow. These hormones helps all the parts of our bodies that makes us female to function. Now, if you do not understand that, you begin to get, like we talk about crush. You know so well about crush. Most of us had crushes when we were younger. Yes. And that's because of the hormones in our body. I call it chemical rush, okay? And if people do not understand this, yes, if you do not understand this, you just go way overboard. You leave yourself, you forget about your pride and your dignity. And then you make mistakes that you may not be proud of. That's why you end up seeing people, young persons, get pregnant and all because they simply did not understand themselves and how to control their emotions and their body. So this is what we're trying to teach young females. We want to instill confidence in them. We want to help them to be more aware of themselves, to be able to take care of themselves and ensure well-being in every sphere of their life. Like I told you, I'm all about wholesome. I'm all about completeness. So you have to be complete in every sphere.
I love that. And we all knew, and we had a handbook, that was able to give us some type of insight on what was going on, because I know in my day, you didn't talk about none of that. And you might have learned some of it, just a smidge of it in school because kids talk, And so you're like, oh, well, I heard, and this is what happens when, but I don't know how true it is. And then you start to, experiment. And when you experiment, you get to that point and you're like, okay, I really
go
don't.
Back.
Yeah. And you can't take none of that back. Yeah. And I like the fact that you're saying, you're giving them the opportunity to know this is what is happening. So that you won't fall, victim to, and that you're going to regret later. Because you're about to be, you got to change this world, girlfriend. You got to change it. You got to change that world.
True. After the first phase of this, the intimate online session that we had, I had a lot of testimonies. And like I said, this is one of the things that keeps us going and helps us to want to do more. I got testimonies from people that said, I did not really even understand my body. Some of us would think it's something else. And a guy reached out to me. He saw my status, my WhatsApp status, because I posted nuggets from the class on my WhatsApp status. And this guy reached out to me and was like, he never knew anything about this. And it affected him. It affected his studies even until his final year in school. He kept crushing on this girl and it was affecting his mind, affecting everything about his life, and it affected his grades. So that's why we say that your social life can affect your academics. Your emotions can affect your academics. If you do not know how these things work, you end up missing it. And we don't want our dear ones to miss it at all. We want to be able to teach them, let them know, and live well.
Yes, I love it. I love it. See, and this is why it's wholesome. Yes, I love it. I love
it. That's why it's wholesome.
Okay, so teach me, or at least show me, or tell me, even better. Tell me how you are talking with the girls about relationships and networking and having those things combined and what to do.
Okay, basically, I must be frank with you. I come from a godly background, okay? And Mama used to say, don't go near the boys. We heard that a lot, right? Mama would, she would say, don't go. If I was coming back from school and my mom sees me with a boy, I am in a very big pot of soup when I get back home. So, over time, I had to understand all of this. They were trying to be protective. It wasn't just my mom, other moms too. They were trying to be protective, but they were unable to define how you should go about it. So I began to research. I began to learn. I had been researching and learning since I was younger because I want to be able to find answers to a whole lot of things. And these answers I found to a whole lot of things helps me to also explain to these young ones how to go about it. Now, I don't believe in having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, although your emotions really want to push you to that. But it's a distraction. It certainly distracts you from your life's purpose. So it is best you stay away from it. Have a time. Okay, I'm going to have a boyfriend, but not now. Let me achieve what I can first. I'm still too tender to have a boyfriend. You can just have mutual relationships. Know when to set boundaries with the male. Yes, know when to set boundaries. If it's going way overboard, no, just cut yourself immediately as you can. Because even if you tell yourself, oh, I can take it, it will get to a point you will no longer be able to take it. So set boundaries with a male counterpart. That's what I teach them. Yes. Yeah. You can have a very mutual understanding and be very clear from the beginning. Have mutual relationships with them, but do not go overboard. When you are beginning to see the red lines, quickly cut off because it is a distraction. Sincerely.
Yes. We don't need no problems. No, just keep them up. Go to places that are public. So that things don't go that way. You know, I was good for telling my kids, like, hey, don't keep this door closed. No, we're not doing that. I will take the door off the hinges. Play with me if you want to. But, if we don't talk to them in a way in saying no, and like you said, you had to do the research for you to even fully understand everything that was actually happening, rather than talking to your children. I'm still a big stickler on talking to my girls. My girls are grown, but at the same time, I'm like, look at here, you better call me before you call your girlfriend, because your girlfriend gonna tell you something crazy. Call me.
True.
Done that. Let's do this thing together. And so they be like, guess what just happened? And I'll be like, tell me what happened.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Even though I don't want to call
to have that. It's often good to have such beautiful relationship with your daughter, because with that, she opens up more to you. I do tell these young girls too that your peers, your friends do not have the right information, because they are also going through that same thing you are going through. So look for a So look for a most trusted friend, or if you can confide in your mommy or your daddy, do so. Let it be a senior friend that has gone through that phase before, not your peer, not your friend. They are going through the same thing, and most times they are irrational. Let me use that word. They are irrational. They just talk about what just comes to their mind. Yes, it's not an insult on them. It's just what happened. Is what happened. They just talk about the very first thing that comes to their head, and you, on the other hand, will just take it hook, line, and sinker, and ain't no good.
But it's funny because when you have conversations with girls,
Yeah.
test you. They're gonna test every minute of that. Well, this happened to Susie. And Susie was all right, and I'm like, okay. Let me ask you this: where's Susie's parents? Her parents? Oh, you don't know. She don't know. Oh, that's a problem. That's a real problem. She's trying to take on adulthood when she can't. She's not even equipped properly to get the right information from the people that already went through it.
Yeah.
So, when you start breaking it down to them that way, they be like, oh, that does kind of make sense. Yeah. And my daughter's favorite thing, she likes to say, yeah, it makes sense if you really don't think about it. And I'm like, I have to get you. I'm going to get you. She's like, when you really, she don't like to do anything extra. So it's funny. But yeah, let me ask you this.
Okay.
You were saying how you were trying to get the girls to be able to network properly. Now, is that in accordance to schoolwork, or that's in accordance to like possibly having a business? Could that necessarily be jobs? Job networking and different things like that. Is that something that you guys are doing?
No, not really. All that we're doing is equipping these young girls, equipping them to be better persons. That's basically all. Yes. Okay, in life, we need to have good relationships with people. And so we can't do without that. You have to have relationship with people. It is left for you to define your relationship. Whichever way it is, most of these young girls are still in secondary school, so they're not working yet. They do not have working relationships. Most of the relationships they have are with their peers and classmates in schools. So we help teach them how to maintain good relationships with these people, okay? Whatever it is, it should be a mutual relationship. It shouldn't be going way overboard. We also teach them about crushes like we talked about earlier. It's one of the phases young girls go through, even young boys too. They also do not understand their hormones, to be frank. So everything is just happening, you know nothing about it. But we take our time to teach them so they understand how all of this works and be able to make informed decisions.
Right. Well, the only reason why I was saying it that way was because a lot of the times girls are more motivated when they can see what's happening, what they can be down the road. You see what I'm saying? And like I was big on telling girls, just girls, not even just my kids. I'm like, don't you know you could be a force that's so good and so powerful that nobody's gonna say anything about it, or they're just gonna look at you and like, oh my gosh, she did this, she did all this by herself. Like when you can have something to look forward to, you have all the more reason to stay on track. And I think that is that's something, not to say that you would have to have that, but just something for like the next endeavor to the young adults that you get in contact with and different things like that. Young people that are seeing you doing what you're doing. So they're like, oh, well, I see her doing this. So how can I how can I do that too? And different so it's just like now, okay, anything is really possible. And everything, because I think like you, girl, you got it. You got it. Like where's she at? Where's she going?
So one of my abilities is that I'm a good storyteller. I love to tell stories. So I try as much as possible also to paint pictures for them talk about people that I know that are top personalities, both in the country and outside the country, that have done really great things. And I personally, I am building myself as a force that any young girl, any young person can look up to and say, if she can actually do this, I can too. I remember when I first authored my books, I authored two books at once. The first one was titled Wholesome, a factual and inspirational guide to living a fulfilled life. And the second one was Fading Sun and Other Stories, a compendium of prose and poems. I got lots of people calling in and asking questions. How did you go about it? You have two boys that are under 4. How did you go about it? And as the days went by, I began to see young people go all out to explore their abilities. I was very pleased because I just had to take this step. And just this very first step made other people to be encouraged and inspired to want to do more. People going all out, working on their abilities and showing out their content. I was really, really happy about that. And so I'm working on myself to be a force that anybody will want to reckon with. And I also teach these young people, learn from the best. I tell them you're learning from the best. Yes, you're learning from the best to become your best. So
Yes.
You're not becoming your best just for yourself. You're becoming your best for your family, the society, the world at large, and even the kingdom of God, such that God will be sitting up there in heaven and be nodding his head, yeah, that's my child, yeah. So that's what we do.
That is amazing. I love it. Your passion, man, it's addictive. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
the books. Okay, give me like a synopsis of the first book that you wrote.
Okay, the first book is titled Wholesome, and like I said, it's a factual and inspirational guide to living a fulfilled life. It takes its readers on a journey to self-discovery, basically. It takes its readers on a journey to self-discovery. You begin to learn about yourself. These are all of the things we do in Wholesome. You learn about yourself. You learn about purpose. You build yourself. Learn personal development skills. All of that is in the book. I also told a lot of stories of people who have done well and are living their dreams. It's basically to encourage and inspire people to live their dreams. I was at a point where I was thinking I could no longer be what I was created to be. Okay, I was at that point, and I know what it feels like. And I never want anybody to be there. Okay, I knew who I was, and at a point I lost myself. And God helped me to recover myself. And at the point where I was recovering myself, that was where he brought the book Wholesome for every young person who is on a journey to fulfilling purpose. So you learn, it's like a blueprint, teaching you on how to take one step at a time. So that's what Wholesome is all about.
I love it. Yes, that's awesome, girl. Yes,
Thank
let's do
you. Yeah.
it. And look, you guys, like, I think she's just, I mean, girl, you ever heard of the diamond in the rough?
Uh-huh.
Yes, you're the diamond in the rough. You definitely are amongst everything and anything and all the bad that can be in the world or all the good that can be in the world. You shine so bright, and I think that is an amazing story for you. And
Thank
just
you.
for everyone that is hearing this, I only hope, hey, you got little girls, you got little boys. You never know. I mean, they might want to go that way. But, if they don't see it in them and they don't think you see it in them, at least let them hear someone that is not in the house say this and feel that encouragement, because sometimes parents, we can say things till we blue in the face and it doesn't carry the weight like someone else outside the home.
True.
So,
Very true. You're very correct.
Girl, you might have to do another one for the boys. Anyway.
Of course. Wholesome Life Coaching Academy is there for them. I've got requests on that. You're not the only one saying it. I've got a couple of persons tell me, when are you coming all out for the boys? When are you coming all out for the boys? And man, I need to be inspired to go that way, okay? I don't just go all out to do things. I let God inspire me to do that. So I'm His vessel.
Then I gotta work it out first. You know what?
Yeah.
I feel like, God is gonna find some way to get you in contact with a man to be able to carry it out for the boys.
Yeah, true.
So, all you have to do is, get that person and allow them to put their imprint on the boys.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah,
we can do this. We can be strong. We can be good men. We're going to take care of our people and our communities and build up and not break down. And if you have somebody really positive like that in there, you think they're not going to tag team with you? They're going to be like, okay, yes, Abigail, high five. It's going to be amazing. Well, thank you so much, Miss Abigail. I appreciate you. Definitely so. Please tell everyone how to get a hold of you.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Abigail Ogoriba. Also, my Facebook personal profile, Abigail Ogoriba. And then my Facebook page, Wholesome Life with Abigail Ogoriba. You can also send an email to wholesomelife_I@yahoo.com. Contact me for your coaching and consulting needs. I'm right there to help every young person become their best.
Yes, I'm gonna need that to be your commercial. Okay, so
So sorry.
I know, right? Sounds so good. I think this has just been one of the more interesting ones. And this is definitely, it really it struck. It was just like, okay, here we're gonna do, and we're gonna make an impact. And I thank you so much for
you too, Lady Myya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you, dear heart. Thank you for your time, effort, and your energies for being here. You guys know the drill, okay? We're gonna end this one for today. But I will say this, okay? The reason why I do this for. If you don't like your current situation and you want your situation to change, it's nothing but to do it. Find something that you have a strong passion for. She has a strong passion for girls, you guys. For girls, to get the girls to know and stand on their own 2 feet and have something to live for and look forward to. And I think that is just such a very awesome and very impactful thing that she has started. And I can only see it grow from here. I really can. I can see that growth.
Thank you.
So, yes, and absolutely, you guys know, I am on Patreon now. Woohoo! I'm on Patreon. So every little bit helps, you guys, not just with the podcast, not just with the radio show, also helps with the TV show as well, you guys. And I appreciate that. All these things is going to come in due time. And so I just commend you. And listen, if you want me to do a shout out to you, because I'm doing those, that's what I'm doing. I'll do some shout outs. I will definitely make sure that get some decent packages up there. But I would like to get some feedback on that as well. Go ahead and hit me up on my email, which is
admin@ladymyya.com, or you can reach me on my website, which is ladymyya.com. And that's MYYA, and you know why? Because your home girl is special. I will talk to you guys later.